My name is Mark Worthing. I work as a climate and conservation campaigner at Sierra Club BC. I've been living in British Columbia for my whole life as a guest, as a non-Indigenous person, and I am completely in love with the wild rivers and natural landscapes of coastal British Columbia. Old growth forests that most people know as iconic British Columbia are one of the rarest ecosystems on the planet. And in the course of 150 years, we've reduced this rare ecosystem to its last fragments. These last fragments, they're the most resilient ecosystems that are left. So if we're to manage landscapes and ecosystems and forest types in a way that gives us a shot at adapting through this new climate variable that we're up against, these are the places that we need to keep standing in order to have that resiliency in the face of a warming climate. You could not engineer a better device that holds water and soil on a land base, that sequesters carbon from the atmosphere, that produces oxygen, that literally cools the air around you, than a tree. And so the thought of logging an ancient rainforest that has all these services that it's just freely providing to us is insane. Why would you log the solution to the climate crisis when we are in a climate crisis? There's something sobering and tangible about when you see the impacts of the climate crisis hit your family or your friends. For me, last year it was the wildfire smoke when Nanaimo and Gabriola were the worst air quality rating in the world. And that's when it became really, really scary. And I started being driven to work in defense of my family. You know, it doesn't take long before you realize what we're up against. And right now, both the cultural landscapes and the natural ecosystems in the province of British Columbia and the climate are in jeopardy. I began tree planting around British Columbia as a way to pay for my university degree. But it wasn't until I found myself on one of the largest cut blocks in the world. And I came to the edge of that tree line that I really had the stark juxtaposition between this incredible forest landscape, and then in the opposite direction, you take a couple steps and it's like a bomb went off. And that juxtaposition was like a light switch going on for me. And it was a real drop pivot in the way that I looked at my work and how I wanted to spend my time on Earth. Sierra Club BC has been doing this work for 50 years. But we are up against a mountain. We are up against the global marketplace's insatiable desire to consume these resources at a completely unsustainable rate. So while we have one of the strongest track records in standing up for natural ecosystems, we need more help. We need more people. We need more boots on the ground to use the voices that we know everyone has. We need you to use those voices. We need to increase our capacity. We want to build a really strong political force that can win. Sierra Club BC is a center point that we try and work outwards and create positive impacts to the ends of protecting the ecosystems that we need to survive. We need your help. We need all hands on deck, and I really hope you join us.